Yeah, I know. I also wanted to get a picture of the taxi. I was careful. These are actually the
This is Sheepshead Bay, transfer to the Q local train across the platform. Manhattan Q Express, express stops only. Kings Highway will be next. Step back to allow customers to exit. When boarding, please move to the center of the car. Kings Highway will be next. Step in, stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Just copy DC with that.
Step all the way in, stand clear.
It's so funny.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm getting off next time. You're the curator of missions. That was like my favorite places growing up as a kid. I know, honestly, like, I love getting into about, like, curator or something like that. Very when it all clears up, I brought my little cousin who's 4 years old there. It was his first time in New York City, and we're like, that's such a blast. It's funny because you wish you could just look at it and see them virtually. Obviously, you gotta like, we're trying to keep an eye on it, but it's just going kind of the time it was like, yeah. Thank you so much.
Kings Highway, transfer to the Q local train across the platform. Manhattan Q express stops only. Newkirk Plaza will be next. Step all the way in, stand clear, please. Stand clear of the closing doors. Manhattan bound Q Express. Newkirk Plaza next. Stand clear.
Still here, still alive. What's that? Well, I don't know. When I like approached my boss like 6 months ago, I'm like, it's like in this some way if you're like, maybe after this MTR cycle, maybe it'll be not pretty well. MTRs are due in a few weeks. I don't know. I'll have to remind her. Like, I haven't said anything since. There's nowhere, right, it's like things that have to be changed around. If I were to go up, like, there's nowhere up to go until somebody leaves. I could. I mean, I thought of it. But I like what I'm doing, so. I mean, I've applied for other positions elsewhere, not in a while, so. Yeah.
Good afternoon, riders, and welcome aboard the final runs for this R32.
Yeah.
Introduced in 1964. We are retiring the R32 car class today after 58 years of distinguished service to New York City. We want to thank you for hopping aboard. You can learn more about the vintage subway car fleet maintained at the MTA New York City Transit by going to nytransitmuseum.org.
A tiny bit less crowded than it was on the first round trip. It seems. I don't know, the first one, I didn't witness any of the crazy stuff. And I rode the first few trips. I ended up having to bail as I later found out that the rest of the day was canceled anyway. Not because of me. Like, I was gone before. And like, the one thing I will say, just like looking around, 99.9% of people on the train would not agree with things like that, but it's just that.
This is Newkirk Plaza. Transfer is available to the Q local train across the platform. Please help us keep this train moving. Please step back from the train doors.
I mean, our final round trip should be open to museum members. I say this having just renewed my membership.
Manhattan bound Q Express. Next stop, Church Avenue. Step all the way in, stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Or next week. Repeat this next week. Members only.
Step back to allow customers to exit. Please step all the way into the center of the car. Stand clear of the closing doors. Attention passengers, please be advised while riding the subway system, all passengers are required by federal mandate to wear a mask or face covering your mouth and nose completely. Please do your part. Be socially responsible. Wear your face mask properly, covering your mouth and nose completely.
As long as he doesn't say courtesy is contagious. Do you remember that? That was like in the standard mask class for about 5 minutes.
Refusing to wear a mask is a violation of federal law. Passengers may be ejected from the train and banned from future travel in the event of non-compliance. Do not travel if you are experiencing any symptoms of COVID-19.
Those first two cars are really nice.
This is Church Avenue. Transfer to the Q train at local stations across the platform.
It looks
If
nice.
you need service to Parkside Avenue, you can transfer to the Q train across the platform.
Yeah. Oh. So I assume those two cars will retain that appearance.
This is Church Avenue. 6 cars.
Manhattan-bound Q Express stops only. Prospect Park will be next. Step all the way in. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Please step all the way in to the center of the subway car. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I remember back when the R179s, like when that stuff first started happening, and we were like scrambling for cars, and okay, we have the R32s, but still, that's not even. And I'm like, we call the museum and see if we can get the R9s running in like regular service.
That would be hysterical. We could do it too.
Yeah. Yes. David.
Are you marketing? Press the museum.
I'm in operations planning.
Okay, awesome. I saw one of our charter members. I don't remember her name. Yeah, I want to tell Sarah because she was like, listen, so much, like, wanted so much to be like I'm so proud of you, charter member, and I want to tell Sarah that like, no, actually,
I am member number 1. No, I don't. I did just renew my membership. After a brief lapse, it's just like too much of it. Like, I did. But I'm like, I gotta take care of this. No. Not at all. It's just too much going on. This is not a film camera. Yes. Multiple people have asked me, "Oh, you use film?" No, it's just looks that way. It is. Yes.
There's a picture on Marshall Blonde that has
Oh, there goes.
I saw it right tracks. We were like on the roof and then it was like
AJ is on the platform. You cannot get on these trains. He literally just sent me a picture of it. I was like, what station is this?
I haven't
What are you gonna do about it? Exactly. You got the first trip.
Yeah, stay hungry.
That's why I'm trying to get you. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you look like a slightly upgraded Brian. Guy with the window seat, that's embarrassing. Nah, you got bigger people than you.
This is Prospect Park. Transfer to the Franklin Avenue shuttle train directly across the platform. If you need service to Botanic Garden, Park Place, or Franklin Avenue and Fulton Street, transfer to that Franklin Avenue shuttle train that will be directly across the platform.
Enjoy your
Manhattan Q Express, 7th Avenue will be next. Step back to allow customers to exit. When boarding, please move to the center of the car. Once again, 7th Avenue station will be next. Step in, stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yo, I need to get off it. Yo, these are so cool.
Maybe this conductor's been to DC, because that's the second time I heard that.
Was DJ Hammers the guy on the R42?
He was, but I wasn't there for it.
Me neither. I'm not sure if that's him. He's somewhere close there.
Good afternoon, riders, and welcome to the final run for this R32. In service since 1964, the R32s are being retired today after 58 years of distinguished service to New York City. The R32s were built by the Budd Company at their Red Lion plant in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. These cars faithfully served the New York City residents for 58 years. We want to thank you for coming out and sharing in this special moment with us. And you can learn more about other museum subway cars at nytransitmuseum.org.
Why don't you take the train to Peekskill and have your friends
That's like 30 minutes. My train station, that's nearby is like 10 minutes away.
Attention passengers, we'd like to thank you for riding on this R32 farewell trip. These cars are as New York as it gets. Just think about it, these cars were in service for 5 years when we landed a man on the moon. These cars were in service for 5 years when the Mets won their first World Series. Just to put things into perspective, these cars are as New York as it gets. Thank you for being a part of history.
What's up? You would have get there 9 o'clock. There's that one. The 46 is the higher on the afro.
Yeah, we take MTA out of service.
And then I put on 46. I don't care. The 46 is the best on the app.
I'm so mad at these people on the phone. Nah, but the 32 is the best one. I don't give a fuck. Are you not glad? The 46 is stay up there. 32 is up. Now, don't why you mad? Why you mad? Don't make me take that out of service. Go ahead, nigga. I got the J. I can take the J to the J.
This is 7th Avenue.
Right, I thought we
Well, they are perfect to come. I'll literally beg him to come before I will. So there's also
Manhattan Bound Q Express.